Today on Sinders Playground, I'm going to give you my top 10 movies that should never be remade. So stay tuned and find out which movie is number one. Hello and welcome to Cinder's Playground. I am your host, Cinder.
And I'm Jose.
And today, Jose, man, like I said, I decided to throw a new video up, just a brand new video, because I have several videos scheduled, as you know, but I feel like this one had to be made because of what we saw. Well, I don't know, you saw it right already.
Yeah, I saw it.
All right, for what we saw recently, which is the Crow remake trailer, and watching that trailer inspired me to make this video. And what we're talking about, as you heard in the open, remakes, movies that should never be remade. First of all, before I get into it, what are your thoughts on remakes in general for movies?
I don't know. I don't have too much problems with it unless a lot of it changes, or like the message changes, or I mean, I like that it depends on who does it, to be honest. Some people love the original and they want to pay homage to the original, and that's cool and stuff, and as long as they keep original pieces to it and stuff, and of course always add little quirks to how things are done now, back in the day no one had cell phones and stuff, so now they add cell phones to it, and they put a little spin on it to update it, but for the most part they keep the same message, or they don't play with the character's origin, stuff like that, or whatever it be. I don't mind it when it's like that.
Okay. I mean, honestly, my personal opinion, I hate remakes. No, don't get me wrong. There are times where it's done very well, but those are very, very few and far between, in my opinion. Like I said. But as a whole, most of the time, somebody tries to read something, it sucks. Like I said, especially if you don't have the person who created the original being a part of it. You know what I mean? I think that helps the two. But this is my personal 10 movies that I feel should never be remade. And just a couple of caveats. One, no superhero movies, just because I think superhero movies are just going to continue on, regardless. Like I said, we're always going to have Superman movies, we're always going to have Batman movies, we're always going to have fucking Avengers movies and stuff like that. So no superhero movies. So that's one thing. The other thing is that these are my personal 10, meaning that I know there are classic movies that people love that never should be remade. But this is going to my personal taste and what I like to watch. So, like I said, there'll be no Citizen Kane or The Sound of Music or The Wizard of Oz or anything like that. Yes, the movies are classics and should never be remade, but not really my cup of tea. So that's why they're not on my list. but I do recognize that those are iconic films and stuff like that. But they're just not part of my list. Now, those caveats out of the way. I'm gonna tell you my honorable mentions. For honorable mentions, I'm gonna just tell you the film. I really don't have any information about it except for what I know. Like I didn't research or anything. But I have one, two, three, four, five. Yeah, 6 remakes. Like I said, bro. You know what? When I was making this, I was like, I was switching shit around like constantly. I was like, oh damn. Well, I don't know if that should be in a 10 or here. you know. But no particular order. Here are my honorable mentions, and let me know if you agree or disagree. All right.
All right.
All right. First one, Night of the Living Dead. Obviously, it's a classic. It's George A. Romero's, masterpiece. It's the one that started the zombie genre and everything like that, man. And yes, I know we've had remakes of Day of the Dead and what's the other one? Dawn of the Dead and Day of the Dead, but nobody's ever done Night of the Living Dead, which I hope nobody ever will, because I think that movie's classic the way it is and doesn't need to be updated or anything like that. What do you say?
I believe that. I agree.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yes. All right, next one. I'm sure you'll agree with me on this one. I have The Shining. Um, Stanley Kubrick, who one of my favorite directors. What you call it, and it's probably, in my opinion, Jack Nicholson's best performance. That's just me. You know,
I
um,
agree.
and it's yeah, it's a classic, man. Like I said, I love it. Like I said, love the weirdness of it, love the eeriness of it. The score, cinematography, everything, man. Like I said, and I would hate for somebody to try and do this, man. So, with me on this one too, The Shining.
Yeah.
Okay. Next
I don't
one,
think you could change anything crazy on it, or like it's perfect the way it is.
it is. It is. Next one, I have The Princess Bride, which is a comedy, but it's a classic comedy. I remember watching this when I was in school, and dude, so funny, so unique at the time of taking a classic fairy tale and just kind of twisting it on its head, and plus it's like the film that has Andre and the Giant in it, bro. It's just like it's awesome. But nah, like so many quotable lines from the film and everything like that. And I think if anybody tried to do it, it just wouldn't be the same or wouldn't be as special as this one is. Have you seen this film? Because it's kind of
No, I've never seen this one.
yeah, it's an older film. Yeah. But nah, it's just like I said, it's just kind of Robin Hood. What you call it? I mean, not a Robin Hood thing. Well, just a classic, prince trying to save the princess sort of thing. But but it's like silly shit in it. Everything like that. It's funny. Next one I have is a Clockwork Orange, sir. Have you seen or heard about this film?
Never in my life.
Okay. Let's say A Clockwork Orange. Another Stanley Kubrick again. What do you call it? Just weird psychedelic film, and I don't think anybody, I mean, somebody could attempt to try to do this, but I don't think they would match it, in my opinion. It's just awesome, man. Sick. I haven't seen it in a while, though. I was thinking about looking at it when I was making this list, man. It's been a while. All right. But next, we have Shawshank Redemption, sir. I have seen this maybe twice, but I think it's a great film. Like dialogue, again, cinematography, you know, um, direction, and the story as a whole. I like it. Have you seen Shawshank? Sorry.
I think I started to watch it one time, and something happened. I didn't get to finish it.
Okay. No, but it's a classic film. Like I said, and yeah, it's like I said. Actually, this was in my top 10, but I had to bump it down because I forgot something. So I got booted out, man. And last for my honorable mentions, I have Goodwill Hunting, Sir, starring Matthew Damon and Ben Affleck. Um, Directed by Gus Van Sant, man, who I'm a big fan of, man. Um, and again, this might be Robin Williams' best performance, in my opinion. Very good shit, man. And it's but Matt and Matt and Ben actually wrote this, uh, which is awesome. So, like I said, so this is kind of film that got them in the door. But no, I love it, man. It's awesome. Never seen this one either, huh?
Mm-mm.
All right, well, sure. Well, you should check it out, man. Like I said, you want to see a young Matt Damon and a young Ben Affleck, man. Check this out, man. All right, so those are my honorable mentions. Like I said, now going into the top 10, man. So I'm gonna give you the movie, year it came out, writer, director, and how much money it made. So going on with number 10, man, and this is Back to the Future, man. Okay. Released in 1985, written and directed by Robert Zemeckis, man. Budget of $19 million and a gross $388 million, man. Uh, Movie that's iconic, man. And the inspiration of Rick and Morty, as if you watched our Rick and Morty episode, you will know that. But yeah, it's iconic film. So, what do you think? Back to the Future, should we ever be touched?
Yeah, I agree.
Uh, so,
I
uh,
I did I've seen this movie. I liked it.
yeah,
Um, I
it's
feel like they're definitely gonna try and remake it though.
But I think I mentioned this in maybe one of our other videos, which I don't know which one. But I told you that his Robert Zemeckis kids, they're instructed after he goes that they are not to sell the rights to this franchise ever.
Oh, really?
So yeah, so this one I know 100% sure will never get remade. So yes, so yeah, because yeah, this is baby, man. Like I said, and he thinks it's perfect way it is, and I agree. Like I said, why mess with it or change it or anything like that, man? No, it's good. You know, um, so Back to the Future, number 9. I have Fight Club, which I'm a fan of. I have a poster in my room.
Yeah.
uh, this is released in 1999, directed by David Fincher, another one of my favorite directors, who directed Panic Room, Zodiac, Benjamin Button, Gone Girl, Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, and Alien 3, which was his first studio film. And till this day, he said it's the worst time he's had on a set ever.
What do you
uh,
mean worst time? Like,
uh, because they hired him because he never had a big like budget film. Like this was his first like major studio film. So basically, the studio just pushed him around. It's like, no, do this, do this, do this, do this. You know.
uh,
Oh, so that's why Alien 3 is so shit, because it wasn't his vision or what he wanted to do. You know. So that's why he said it's the worst time he's ever had making a film, and he said he doesn't even like to talk about it now. uh, you know. So I just want to bring that up. But actually, this is based on a book by Chuck. Fuck your name, sir. Palahunk. Palahunk. What do you call it? It had a budget of 65 million, and it made $100 million, man. Of course, Brad Pitt, Edward Norton, two of our favorite actors. And wait, have you seen this?
yeah, I've seen it.
Oh, okay. Believe it or not, this was one of the films where like I didn't get it till the second time I watched it. If that makes any sense, you know what I mean?
Oh, really?
I did. Yeah, I didn't get it the first time around. I just thought it was cool. But then when I watched it again, it's like, oh, oh, okay. But nah. But like after I really got it, then I was just like, oh, did it? slowly became one of my favorite films. It's in my top five of my favorite films ever. Like I said, I love Fight Club. You know, um, and yes, should never be remade. Even though I know it's based on a book, it's not like an original film idea, but no, David Fincher did a fantastic job. And oh shit, I forgot. He did Seven too. Damn, I didn't even put that on the list. That's another one of his films. Is Seven. Um, damn, can't believe I forgot that. Another one of my favorite films. But nah, it's perfect, man. All of it, man. Now I'm sure you might not agree with me on this one because it's probably not close to your heart like it is for me, but it's a fantastic film, and I think it still holds up today. Meaning when I say that, meaning that like I feel like the message can be related to today's environment, if that makes any sense to you. Um, so yeah, Fight Club. Now scrolling on because my numbers are like all over the place. uh yeah, because I kept moving the numbers for certain films. Like, oh shit, all right, I gotta put that here. I gotta put that here. So we are number we're at 8. Number 8. I have The Breakfast Club, released in 1985, directed and written by John Hughes. Um, got a budget of $1 million. That's it, but it made it 50 million. um, classic film, man. Like I said, this is probably in my top 3 films that I've seen the most in my lifetime. um, I've
I
seen
can
it that
see why.
much. Like, I've seen that much, man. I love it, man. And like I said, it's just people. No special effects, no elaborate sets, man. It's just people, man. Kids. In detention in high school, just doing stupid, crazy shit, and I love it. um like, wait, have you seen the Breakfast Club?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It's one of my favorite movies, actually. I like it.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I mean,
um
I feel like out of all the movies right now that you've listed, this one wouldn't be too bad getting remade.
Oh, I don't know, man. Like I said,
I
that
feel like it's
cast.
such a like no, the cast is great, right? The cast is
Yeah.
great, but I feel like the message is kind of generational, like kind of like
I
it's
see
all
what you're saying.
about
So,
different people being stuck in one place, right? And then just
mhm.
like learning about each other and just ruining that like preconceived notion that like oh you just because you are from this group means that I
You're a certain
can't
way.
like you or you're a bad person or whatever.
Hmm.
But I feel like this is a movie that you know I feel like it could get remade, and I wouldn't be so harsh about it. I guess.
uh, uh,
What
I
do
see
you
what you're
think?
saying. I see what you're
Hmm.
saying. But to me, I think the time this was made and those actors, just like it was perfect. Like, the way everything came together, I guess is what I'm trying to say. You know, and to not recapture, but to retell it. I don't know if you can get a bunch of kids to do what these young actors did back then. Like I said, but I just wouldn't want to see it. I put it that way. I wouldn't want to see it. But I understand your arguments though. How, like you said, that the message is you know generational or whatever. It can be used in any generation. You know, I I get that. But oh man, I don't. I wouldn't want to see it. I wouldn't want to see it. All right, moving on to number 7, man. I have The Godfather at number 7. Um, released in 1972, written, directed by Francis Ford Coppola. Man, budget of $7 million, and it grossed $290 million. Man, um, um, man, like I said, I don't own this is another collection. I don't know the Godfather collection. But every time, because probably like a couple times a year, AMC will do like a Godfather marathon, and I'll sit and watch it. You know, just because, especially the first two, Godfather and Godfather Two. Like I love. Three was yeah, okay. um, but the original one, man. You know, Godfather, man. Actually, I kind of like two better, but Godfather's like the one. It's the initial one. You know, set the foundation for the franchise, if you will. Everything like that, man. And like I said, it's I'll probably say it's Marlon Brando's best performance, if I can say, man. I'm not gonna say it's Al Pacino's best performance because he's done better stuff, but Marlon Brando, man, yeah. I mean, this is the role I found him in, and the role I'm most associate with him is the Godfather. Um, and yeah, nobody should ever try and do this, man. Like I said, I mean, of course, we've seen many mafia films over the years and stuff like that, man. But to do one and call it the Godfather is blasphemy, in my opinion. How do you feel?
I get it. Kind of like I'll put it in the same era like Scarface.
Yes. Oh yeah, I'm with you on that, man. Yeah, like nobody should ever do Scarface, but this came first.
No, no, yeah,
um,
yeah. But I meant like in the same area, like it's. I think it's perfect the way it was.
oh yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, man, for sure. Yeah. Damn, I totally forgot Pacino was in Scarface too. I just connected that. um, but yeah, but again, it's been so long since I've seen Scarface. You know, but yeah, you agree though. Godfather never should be remade.
Yeah,
Okay, like I said, did I surprise you with that one?
yeah. I never heard you talk about it. So
Oh, okay, okay. Nah, man. No, it's a classic, man. It's a classic. All right, move on. Number 6, I have Pulp Fiction, man. At number 6, man. Of course, written and directed by Quentin Tarantino. Had a budget of $8 million and it grossed 215 million. This came at a point in my life. I mean, this movie came out at a point in my life where how I'm like really into directors and stuff like that now and everything like that.
yeah,
This was like the opening of that, man. I mean, Quentin wasn't the first for me. First, it was Kevin Smith because when I first saw Clerks, it was like nothing I've ever seen before. I was like, wow, these fucking kids are just like trusting the shit out of like these fucking people like that, and I loved it like that. And then I kept watching it and watching it, and then I finally found out he wrote and directed it. I was like, oh wow, it's kind of sick. Like I said, and then I saw Pulp Fiction, and then again, like nothing I've seen before, and everything like that. And I was interested in like who the fuck wrote this and who directed this, and so it's Quentin Tarantino, and I was just like, oh shit, man. And then like I followed him like ever since. Well, both guys. Well, Kevin Smith up until recently because with the shitty decisions he's made, but Quentin, I'm still a fan. And yeah, so between Quentin and Kevin, those are the two guys that kind of opened my eyes, if you would, to more of Hollywood and looking at what people do, besides the actors. I've been looking at directors and writers and studios and, you know, um, stuff like that, man. Because, like I said, that's how I do. Like when I buy comics, and I look at writers. Don't get me wrong, I do love. There's comic characters I love, obviously, but then, like I said, if somebody I'm not too familiar goes on the book, I'm like, I don't know how good this is going to be, But if somebody I do like goes on a certain title, I'm like, oh, this is going to be awesome. I already know, you know. So same thing with film, If the director that I like, is doing something, especially a subject matter that I'm like he's gonna take on a franchise I like him. I'm like, oh man, yes, this is gonna be awesome. I just know. So that's why I follow directors, because if I really like you, that means you do good shit consistently, you know. So I just want to did a little sidebar right there, right quick. But thoughts on Pulp Fiction? Should never be remade, right?
Yeah, no, I love how it was how like the movie goes. I like everything about that movie.
hmm
It is a classic.
It is. It is. Like I said. I mean, would you say it's your favorite Quentin film?
Yeah,
Is it mine? uh, it might be. I think it is too. Trying to think. Yeah, I think it is mine too. Still to this day, man. Like I said, I mean the dialogue is insane. That's probably the number one reason I like it. The dialogue is insane, man. I love it, bro. Um, but yeah, damn, I haven't watched that in like forever too. I need to watch that again. I need to revisit that. Next, sir, number 5. We're at 5. Yeah, 5.
yeah.
Number 5, I have The Terminator at number 5. Released in 1984, written and directed by the one and only James Cameron. Had a budget of $6 million and grossed $80 million, man. Um, it's the Terminator, man. Like I said, although we've had many, many, many sequels, uh, and I'll and let's be honest, none of them really come up to snuff. To me, there's like Terminator and Terminator 2, and then that's it. Nothing else is canon for me. This is like that's it. Nothing else. Nothing else is good, man. Oh, but the Terminator is the one that started it all, man. And like I said, it's probably damn. I don't know. Did Arnold do this or did Conan first? I think he did Conan first. Then he did this. Um, but like I said, it's it's a classic. It's awesome. Love the story. Love Arnold. Love the destruction. Love how dark and gritty it is, man. And the practical effects of not only the Terminator, but like the movements and everything like that. And oh man, it's just so good, bro. Man, and like I said, it's it's one of the perfect sci-fi films, in my opinion. Thoughts on Terminator, sir?
I agree with this one. Like, I feel like it was just written at a good time where like the future isn't like too crazy, and like now I feel like if you were to try to remake it, it would just like I can't even think of the future now.
I mean, yeah, especially now,
But the
like,
cast and everything is just I think it's written really well.
hmm hmm and especially now, and when you look at it, like in 2024 glasses, it's like the exoskeleton is like iconic at this point. You know what I mean? And I think if somebody were stupid enough to try to do it, I know they would change that look of the T1000. You know,
Hmm.
and that would just make a lot of people mad, including myself. Because the T1000 skeleton is just. Oh wait, no, not. Oh no, because the T1000 is Terminator 2. I think this is the T800, right? um,
Yeah.
yeah,
Wait.
yeah, it's a T8. The
Yeah.
T.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Got my lore mixed up, but yes. But anyway, the T800 exoskeleton is iconic, and everybody knows it. Like I said, if you see it, you know what it's from. And like I said, I wouldn't want anybody to try and do that again or try and remake that model of that Terminator or anything like that. And besides, like Arnold is like Arnold is associated with that role. So like to put somebody else in that is just silly to me. Doesn't work. So glad you agree with me on that on Terminator. Um Number 4, I have The Exorcist at number 4. Um Did you know this was gonna be on here?
Yeah.
um, Released in 1973. written and directed. Well, no, written by William Peter Blatty, and uh, who also wrote the book by the same name, and directed by William Friedkin. Had a budget of $12 million and grossed $445 million. My favorite horror movie, obviously. You know, I don't have a it's an Exorcist poster. I should get one. um, my favorite horror movie. You know, one of the scariest films. And it's a classic film. And again, this is another one. Just had several sequels. You know, of course, none living up to the greatness that is the original one. But nah, man. Again, right director, right writer, right cast, right timing. It all came together in this classic horror film, like I said, and this will always be my favorite horror film until the day I die, you know. And yeah, I love it. Actually, your thoughts on The Exorcist? Classic,
Um, yeah, classic.
never should be remade or touched again.
Yeah, I mean, I think they just didn't they just remake it.
No, that was a
Or,
continuation of this film, so it wasn't like a remake. It's continu-
oh, okay.
yeah, this wasn't like a remake, you know. So like I said, nah. But I hope, like I said, you don't get to that part where somebody tries to redo this again, you know. But no, Exorcist, man, for sure. All right, top three. Now these three, I had no qualms about. I actually did it from one. I started my list like 1, 2, 3, like the first three. I just knew off the bat. Everything else just kind of got moved around. um. All right, sir. Number three, I have Rocky, 1976, directed by John Advalcine and written by Sylvester Stallone. Man, had a budget of 800,000 and it grossed $225 million. Man, now I am a fan of the first three films. I'll put it like that. No, four is dope too. Let me say four is dope too. Yeah, first four. Yeah, first four good. I actually have the box set, and yeah, it's definitely Sylvester's best role. Like I said, even though I love Rambo, but no, this he acts, man. You know, see the emotion in him and everything like that, man. Like I said, and it just that feel good underdog story that we all know, you know, and love, and just him just getting to the big time, man, and getting there, man. You know, like I said, and he's flawed, man. That's all. I like my heroes to be flawed, you know, and have problems and shit like that, because that's life. You know. So yeah, and of course, fucking music is awesome, and yeah, to me, best thing Sly's ever done. And like I said, this movie's iconic. It's the movie to put him on the map, and I love it. All right, what do you think about Rocky?
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. And I mean, I have you seen the Creed
No.
movies? No.
I know he's in them, but I really don't want to see it.
Okay. I mean, I like it.
Mm, yeah. Uh,
But yeah, Rocky's pretty awesome.
yeah. What's your favorite film? I mean, what's your favorite of the Rockies?
Um I like the original.
Yeah, me too. Man. So, I mean, damn, they're all good though.
Yeah, no,
And
I
I'm thinking
agree.
about it, like one through four, are, like dope. I mean, God. Yeah, but one, yeah, I'm gonna have to lean towards one. You know, one has a special place in my heart, bro. Like Rocky one, bro. Like I said, man. Um, did I catch you off guard with this one too?
Yeah.
Oh, like I said, man. Yeah. All right. Now these next two, 1 and 2, should know. I mean, you really shouldn't have. No surprises here. Anybody that knows me. Number two, I have Star Wars. Released in 1977. Written and directed by George Lucas. Budget of $11 million. Made $775 million grossing. Um, it's a, it's it's classic. It's iconic. It's the sci-fi epic or sci-fi opera that inspired so many people and so many directors and writers. And I would hate to see if anybody would try to make these. Knowing Disney, they might try to do it though one day, you know. But it's well, the original trilogy, especially, is very special to me and important to me, And this is the one that started it all, man. And this is the one, like I said, and I'm sure because I think you told me you didn't see them in order. Neither did I. This is probably like the first, because I probably saw Jedi first, then I saw Star Wars, and then Empire. Um, but it's no, but like I said, when I saw Jedi, I was like, oh man, I was just fascinated about all of it, man. Seeing Vader and just Luke, Han, Lando, Boba Fett, Jabba the Hutt, man, was in fucking Jedi, bro. I forgot Jabba. We got to see Jabba's palace, man. You know, yeah, like I said, and like I said, from Jedi on, like I was just hooked from the first film. I was hooked, and I was like, yes, I was like I'm following this shit, and that's all. Like I said, it's my favorite film series, probably. You know, not counting the last 5 years, but it's my favorite film series. So, that's why when people ask me like what is my favorite film, I don't say any Star Wars films because to me, I put them in a separate category. uh, um, yeah, they're in a class of themselves. In for me, like I said, no Star Wars. They're just like no, they're over here. Then I have all the other regular films over here. That's just for me. But I mean, I don't have to ask, but I'm going to ask for the audience anyway. You agree?
Yeah.
No. Yeah, man, it's awesome, and I think a lot of people would agree with us on that. Somebody tried to redo Star Wars, man. Come on, man, that's just silly, bro. Um, and ready, rounding it out. Number one, the film that inspired this whole episode, and that is The Crow, released in 1994, directed by Alex Poyas, based on the Crow comic written by James O'Barr. $22 million budget and a gross $95 million, and of course starring the late Brandon Lee, man, and my favorite film aside from Star Wars. My favorite film, man. And like I said, what spurred on for me to do this episode, man, because that film, the original Crow, what you call it, is important to me, and it means a lot to me, just because, like I said, because I was a fan of Brandon before I saw this film, and just like his dad, what do you call it? This was his breakout film, and he didn't live to see, how many people loved it and like appreciated him in this film, and like I said, just like his dad, like I said, Bruce died before Enter the Dragon came out, and that was the movie that like exposed him to like the world, and everything like that. And same thing with his son, This is the movie that's exposed everybody to Brandon, and man, like I said, I was just sad that this is the last thing we got to see him in. As great as he is in it, I was like, man, I mean, he could have done so much more, man.
Yeah. His potential was just starting.
Yeah, man. Like I said, because I know this film would open the door for him. Like I said, he'd been getting great roles and everything like that, man. And like I said, didn't get to see him, man. You know, and I don't know if you know, but I do follow his sister, Shannon Lee. I follow her on Instagram. Things that, and she always, well, she usually posts about her dad, but sometimes, well, she'll post about, if Brendan's birthday coming up or the anniversary of the movie coming out or something like that. She'll post it, something like that, just because, like I said, I'm a Lee fan, as you know. Um, and yeah, and the fact that I don't even know what studio's doing this fucking remake, man. Hold on, let me look for that real quick, man. Because they should be ashamed of themselves, for fucking doing that, bro. Fucking shit, man. Uh, 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 Lionsgate is releasing it. And it's set for June release date, June 7th. Has a $50 million budget. Yeah, I'm gonna save this bookmark page because I'm gonna circle back to this after this film comes out because I might just go see this just so I can shit on it. Just so I can
Now,
shit
what
on it.
if you see it and you like it?
I'm not gonna like it. Oh man. Damn, and I like Bill Skarsgård too, man. I don't know why he took this role, man. Like I said, I'm still hearing. Well, like I said at the beginning of the show, like I said, people are still giving this shit backlash, even though the trailer is like over a week old. You know, and like I said, this I think this is just Hollywood's, hubris, saying that, oh, you know what, we'll just bring this back, man, for those people who didn't see it back then. We'll just make a modern version of it, man. It's like, no, don't do that. Because, like I said, I've seen people, not only like regular people, but I've seen like YouTubers, comment about this remake and everything like that, and they hate it too, So, like I said, this film's getting a lot of backlash, man. And I don't think the box office numbers will show. I guarantee you, bro, man. And Bill, my friend, man, like I said, this might tarnish you with some people. I'm already on the fence about you now. But like I said, but you could redeem yourself if you come back and do that It series. I might forgive you if you do that. But yeah, man, The Crow, man. Like I said, well, I'm sorry, I'm just rambling. Give me your thoughts on the original Crow, sir.
um, yeah, I like it. I mean, when I found out they were doing a remake, I kind of still had hopes for it because Bill Skarsgård. I was like, he's been doing some good stuff. So
Yeah, I
yeah,
agree.
especially like in the It series, I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
he did a good job with Pennywise. So I was like, maybe he could do a good job with this movie. And I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna see.
Let's see. Let's see. I mean, not to beat a dead horse, but something a YouTuber's video I watched, he mentioned too how like the atmosphere and the design and look of the original one gives you that dark, almost Gotham like atmosphere and everything. But this one just looks like a regular rundown city. Doesn't have that same aesthetic, if you will. I'm like, yeah, he's right. It doesn't. You know, and yeah, I mean, honestly, it just looks like, if you really look at it, it just looks like a fucking revenge film, a revenge gangster film. I really like that, man. And then I feel like he's not, well, whoever directed it, it's not really taking the essence of the original film. You know, like you said, trying to put his own spin on it. And not pay homage to the original one, if you will, like that. And uh, and I will say this. so I don't completely shit on it. Skarsgård's character looks more like the comic book version than Brendan did, but Brendan just looks cooler. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Brendan just looks cooler. That's just the way it is. Like I said, so I'll give him that. This is more comic book accurate, but I mean, Brendan just looks cooler. That's just
Now
me.
that doesn't give you a little bit more hope, if it's a comic book accurate
No,
that maybe has the comic book origin.
I'm I mean, it looks like he's leaning that way, but because like I said, when I think about the book, because I actually have the trade paperback, well, the graphic novel, if you will, of this, obviously, and and like I said, like I said, for me reading it multiple times or something like that, and then comparing it to little bits of the trailer I've seen, it looks like he's leaning to more of the source material, if you will, or like that. I'm just curious to see how closely he keeps to that, or if it just looks like that, and then he's just gonna tell a different story, if you will. So, damn, you're gonna make me see this, aren't
Yeah.
you? Yeah, because now I feel like I have to now. Because I love the original film and I love the book. So it's just like if you're taking inspiration from one, then you know it may not be total shit show. But like, um,
And sometimes movies don't really know how to freaking have good trailers. That's also why I don't watch trailers really.
hmm,
Just because I'm like, well, one, it takes away certain parts of the movie because, like, trailers always put in like some of the best parts in movies
true,
for the
true,
most part. And then two is like, sometimes trailers are just shit. Like, if it's like a detailed story and stuff, how can you really make a good trailer on a detailed story? Like, yeah, you can have like bits and pieces, but you're not gonna be able to capture everything. So, um, that's why I'm like, I'll wait until the movie comes out to pass judge.
yeah, yeah. Like I said, I don't know. So, well,
We should do a part two of this, and I kind of want to hear your thoughts on the movie, or we should just make a episode about your thoughts on the movie
movie
after.
review, movie
Yeah,
review. Yeah, yeah.
movie review.
I was just thinking about that too. What if we go see it together and then, come back and record my thoughts on it and everything like that, you know?
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Let
That'll
us
be
know what
fun.
you think in the comments.
Yeah, let us know in the comments. Would you want a Cinder movie review so you don't have to go see this trash? Even, I know I shouldn't call it trash, but that's it's my gut feeling. My gut feeling. But no, I think we will do that though. We'll see this when it comes out, and then I'll come back and give you guys my opinion of it. Being a fan of the original film and the source material, so you can hear my takes on it and see what they got right and what they didn't get right. Or if it's just a big pile of shit beginning to end. I will let you guys know. But like I said, it's a due out June 7th, so we got a little bit of time. But that is my top 10 films that should never be remade. For me personally. Um, and let me know in the comics is in the comments if you agree with me on any of those films or you feel like I'm missing one. Well, I know I'm missing more because I could have kept going, but I was like, no, I'm just stopping time. Like I said, and I squeezed in those honorable mentions. But yeah, let me know if you agree with my top 10 choice and everything like that. Um, so thank you for checking us out and hearing me vent a little bit, about the state of Hollywood and how I feel like nobody has original ideas anymore. Everybody's just remaking shit, you know. Um, but anyway, I'm Cinder. If you want, you could get in contact with me at Instagram at Cinder666. I post about this very podcast and YouTube channel, Cinder's Playground. And cool shit I find on the internet, and occasionally do polls over there about subjects for the show. So you can get in contact with me over there. Throw it over to my co-host.
And I'm Jose. You can catch me on Instagram at JoseCE90. And yeah, just don't be afraid to let us know what how you feel about the show. Let us know what we can change. If you have any ideas that you want us to shoot or whatever, and we'll definitely try and make that happen for you.
Yeah, for sure. What do you call it? Yeah, we're definitely open to any show ideas or anything like that. Or if you want to give some advice or how we can improve the show, always open for suggestions and everything like that. So close this out. Don't want to make it too long. Because as we're shutting out of here, what you call it? Should be a video recommendation on the bottom left, and on the right, it's a sub channel if you haven't subbed already. So if you made it this far, thank you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. And I am Cinder. He is Jose, and we will talk to you guys later.
Peace out.
All right.